Hello, everyone. This is Kripa Anand, and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. Today, we are breaking down the advanced technical architecture of automated cloud orchestration, adaptive site reliability engineering, and cost effective platform scalability. In 2026, keeping a modern enterprise stable requires looking past hyper complex, over engineered configurations to build lightweight, highly observable, automated infrastructure pipelines that run reliably without demanding enterprise scale budgets. Joining us today is Amir Abolhasani, the founder and technical director at Namira Software Corporation. Amir is an elite AI architect and engineering executive with over 15 years of directing cross functional development, DevOps, and machine learning teams. Holding a Master of Science in Artificial Intelligence from the prestigious Sharif University of Technology, he has designed scalable tech solutions across ad tech, gaming, fintech, enterprise SaaS, and heavy industrial verticals. So, before further ado, let's welcome this very special guest. Amir, welcome to the podcast. Such a pleasure to have you with us.
Hi, thank you for having me. And it's Monday. It's a great way to start the week, and I'm so excited to be here.
So am I, Amir. Now, the traditional boundary line between manual software engineering and server administration, it has vanished over the last few years as organizations face intense demand for rapid automated deployments. So let's start the conversation by understanding what platform engineering priorities should leaders focus on this year in 2026. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the biggest priority in 2026 is simplicity. I've seen many organizations spend too much time managing infrastructure and not enough time delivering value to their customers. Leaders should focus on automation, observability, security, and having clear visibility into their cloud costs from day one. A good platform should help teams deploy quickly, monitor performance easily, and scale as the business grows without creating unnecessary operational complexity. At the end of the day, the goal isn't to build the most complex platform; it's to build the most effective one.
Yes, no, that's very well put because,
Yeah.
transitioning away from fragmented, script-heavy environments to centrally automated workflows, it allows your technical organization to scale deployment speeds while dramatically slashing the human error or the chance of, the human mistakes. So it's good to know
Exactly.
that. Now, Amir, let's explore building lean, scalable infrastructure without enterprise complexity. Now, when we talk about SMBs, one, they don't have the budget or the money of the enterprise
Mhm.
level, right? Second is the question that I want to ask you is educate our audience about how can SMBs adopt DevOps and Kubernetes without unnecessary complexity. What do you suggest?
Yeah, Kubernetes is a very good technology and it's strong. But my advice is simple. Do not adopt Kubernetes just because everyone else is using it.
Yeah.
Start with the business problem you're trying to solve. Many small and medium-sized businesses can get tremendous value from CI/CD, infrastructure automation, monitoring, and solid deployment practices long before they need a large Kubernetes environment. The key is to adopt tools gradually, build a strong foundation, and automate repetitive tasks and complexity only when there is a clear business need for it. Technology should support the business, right? Not become another problem that business has to manage.
Right. But that's so true because majority of the people that even I talk to, they tell me that they adopted this technology to help them and then they got stuck with the operation of the technology that now even the work that was getting done before they're not able to do that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Right.
that makes a lot of sense. I think restricting your initial engineering footprint to lightweight, highly elastic
Mhm.
cloud native baselines, it protects your development runway from getting swallowed by unnecessary software complexity. So that's great to know. Next, let's look at how AI is transforming incident response and system reliability. This conversation will be incomplete without artificial intelligence and the effects that it has been having. So, Amir, how can AI agents improve incident response and infrastructure management?
Yeah, AI is everywhere right now,
Yeah,
and obviously it can help in this scope as well.
right.
AI agents can dramatically reduce the time between uh, detecting a problem and solving it. Because to solve a problem, first you need to detect what the root cause is, right?
Yeah.
Traditionally, engineers have to jump between logs, dashboards, alerts, and documentation to understand what's happening, right? AI can bring all of that information together and identify likely root causes, suggest remediation steps, and even automate routine operational tasks.
Yeah.
And that means teams can respond faster and spend more time on high value work. So
Yes.
I don't think AI is gonna replace engineers. I see it as a highly capable assistants that helps engineers make faster, smarter, and more informed decisions.
Hmm. Uh, that's very well articulated. And building on what you were saying, Amir, here's a special message for all of our listeners now, specifically to the chief technology officers, technical directors, and software engineering managers who are listening to this and watching this. In 2026, letting your development talent get dragged out of bed to decipher raw system errors by hand is a massive drain on corporate productivity. Amir and his specialized infrastructure architects at Namira Software Corporation are completely shifting the operations paradigm. Built on top of their proprietary cloud automation engine, Namira Soft Infra, they are officially launching Namira Soft Expert. It's the ultimate AI powered SRE platform. This intelligent companion plugs directly into your Kubernetes cluster and cloud environments, allowing your staff to resolve critical alerts, query diagnostic telemetry, and executive complex patch automations using simple, direct conversational chat, just like humans do. Coupled with their preventive cost monitoring platform, BillWatch, Namira ensures you catch runaway zombie resources and budget leaks before they scale out of control. So, if you are ready to eliminate operational downtime and stop overpaying for unvetted cloud systems, visit namirasoft.com today. That is Namira soft.com today to secure early access. Future proof your operational availability with an elite Canadian technical innovator. Now, coming back to you, Amir, what you said, integrating an interactive, agentic, natural language layer directly into your core alerting framework, it allows frontline engineers to diagnose system friction points and deploy patches within minutes. So that's amazing. Next, let's explore eliminating hidden cloud costs through smarter automation as well. Because when it comes to finances and money, businesses are often way too careful about each penny that is getting out of their pockets. So, how can businesses identify and reduce hidden cloud costs, Samir? Go ahead.
Yeah, very good question. So most cloud waste does not come from one big mistake or one resource or something like that. It's usually comes from hundreds of small things that get forgotten over time. So things like unused storage or size databases, idle virtual machines, or duplicate environments, or old experience that nobody cleaned up. So all of that quietly adds up and increases the monthly bill. So the first step is visibility. You need to clearly see where your cloud spend is going. That means continuously monitoring usage, catching anomaly early, and regularly reviewing what resources are actually being used. So
Yeah.
once you have that visibility, optimization becomes much easier.
What you said about connecting your real time cloud resource scaling data directly with near instant financial projection alerts. It catches small zombie anomalies long before they aggregate into, catastrophic billing surprises. So that's great to know. I was just listening very carefully to what you were saying, and the simplicity with which you're explaining such technical jargons, it's I think what will attract majority of listeners to connect with you as well, Amir. Now, finally, let's look at the technical principles behind bootstrapping modern platforms. So, the question to you is, what did building your own platform teach you about modern engineering challenges? And also, what is more difficult, building a product or selling a product, now that you've been on both the sides?
Yeah. One lesson that really stands out is integration is often harder than development. Development is easy, but
Yeah.
integration. It's all about integration. Most companies don't struggle because they lack tools. They struggle because they ended up with too many disconnected tools that don't work well together.
Mm-hmm.
So building our platform taught us how important it is to make everything work as one system.
Mm-hmm.
So from deployment and monitoring to collaboration and cost management. When teams have a unified platform, they spend less time managing tools and more time actually creating value. And what was
Mm-hmm.
the other question you asked about?
The other question was that you're also the AI architect yourself, the engineer
Mhm,
yourself, and you are also the founder yourself, right?
mhm.
So what is more difficult, building the product or selling it or
Selling the
pitching it?
product, yeah.
Selling is
Yeah,
the
honestly, my team and I are focusing on uh, providing value. We don't focus on selling for now because actually, I believe if you provide a good service and product,
Hmm.
actually selling is gonna be very easy. So
Yeah.
we don't focus it on, at least on this phase.
Right. No, but that makes sense, right? Because it's different for tech founders and non-tech founders, right? Tech founders, they
Mhm,
are so deep into their own product that they don't understand the sales part of it, or they're not interested sometimes. So it's a very
mhm.
good combination. I'm loving this conversation today, Amir, and definitely I'd love for you to be back, hopefully for an in-person episode that we do the next with you. But for now, before we let you
My
go,
pleasure.
if the last question for you is, if there's one final piece of advice that you have for our listeners today, something that you want them to remember about, optimizing their digital systems, if you could whisper one thing into their ears, what would you say and why?
Yeah, my advice is again simple. So start by measuring before you try optimize anything. First understand how your system are performing, how your teams are working, and where your operational costs are actually coming from. And once you have that clarity, then focus on automating repetitive work, simplify your architecture, and building systems that can scale with your business. Because at the end of the day, technology should enable growth, not add complexity, right? So the companies that do well are usually the ones that keep things simple, observable, and easy to adopt.
That is a great reminder and great insights, Amir. As I said, all of our listeners will, connect with you. So thank you so much for being here and doing this with us. It was an
My
absolute pleasure.
pleasure. My pleasure too. Thanks.
All right. That was Amir Abolhasani from Namira Software Corporation, a masterclass in migrating away from hyper complex, over engineered infrastructure, leveraging the upcoming Namira Soft expert chat platform to automate site reliability engineering and stopping cloud budget leaks using integrated resource tracking in 2026. To all the listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and visit CanadianSME.ca for more such resources. To learn more about how we are supporting the ecosystem, please visit the Canadian SME Small Business Foundation at smbfoundation.ca. And lastly, a very special thank you to our partners, UPS, our shipping partner, and ADP, our HR partner, for their ongoing commitment to empowering SMBs across Canada. I'll see you all in the next episode. Kripa Anand signing off.